Okay, let's talk about the CDN, Content Delivery Networks. So whenever we are designing our systems, uh, our responsibility is that uh, whatever the systems we are delivering to the customer, that's maintain the low latency. This is the one of the most by default NFR for each and every application nowadays. Your application should maintain low latency. So this CDN help us to design the system that maintain low latency. Already discussed what do you mean by low latency. Means ki, we have a one customer and we are requesting one application and getting some data. So once user start the requesting and receive the, so what the delta between the requester customer start the requesting and once when they receive the response, the complete delta at times is considered as a latency. Okay, so here whatever your cloud application we have, so what the times user request travel to the networks and reach to the application server, and what application server take a time to process it, and might be they can talk to the database, then what the database network take a times, and what the database query take a times, and then response, plus if any third party microservice you call, what this microservice times, and then final response. So you can say complete round trip times is known as a latency. If our objective, whatever the system we are delivering to the customer, that make as possible as minimum our latency would be. That means our system should be designed as a low latency. So in this scenario, our CDN is a one of the way where we can think. This is help us to meet the low latency for the any system designs. Okay. So let's talk about the CDN. Okay, what CDN, what kind of CDNs, and which CDNs we have. Okay. So let's think about the designs of the system. So generally, whenever we build one software, and our responsibility, we have to deploy in a particular machine, maybe cloud, our own machines, and my application server and corresponding database, whatever the we have. That's good, very nice. And now this my applications are accessed by the customer one, customer two, customer three, customer four, customer five. This is very nice, very good. Our applications, if we build very good algorithms and very high performance API, our customer is very happy. But think the locations of customer. If this customers is very far away for your server, this is also far away, far away, far away. They have a larger distance from your server to the customer. That times this network latency is going to add on your system performance. Whatever the API performance, whatever the system performance have, plus network performance going to increase. Okay. So this latency, distance between your server and your customer across the geographical location, where CDN play a role. So here, move to the CDN. CDN say, don't provide. Whatever your information which customers want, why not deploy it on the edge of the network nearest to the customer, nearest to the customer, nearest to the customer, nearest to the customer. So here, the objective of CDN is that content delivery networks. So customer is associated or which the nearest location at the nearest data center, at the nearest networking layer. CDNs are providing the content to the customer. So these customers are getting content from the nearest server. This customer is getting content from the nearest server. Customer getting nearest. This customer getting content from the nearest user. So in this way, our CDN help us to reduce the latency, and we can say our system meet the requirement of a low latency. Okay, so objective of this CDN is for any application, mobile application, any application, any customer, they can access his content at the nearest as possible from the respective computer edge or network and data center. Okay, so here is some more examples. So here with a no CDN, here with a CDN. Okay. So here we have a deployed only one our application server, and these are accessed by the different regions, maybe European regions, non-European region, Australian, African, different countries, right? So different regions, okay, different region. So what happen whenever the particular customers are going to access my application? Generally, note whatever the front-end applications are UI, they require lots of static data, maybe HTML, JavaScript, images, MP4, everything. So everything we are traveling from here to here, respective row here, because everything are stored in your centralized server. So it will take some time to travel, traverse over the internet and reach the customer environment, the customer laptop or machine. So different way, it will take some time. It will work, but it will take some time. That is your customer response. Similarly, with the help of CDN said, don't worry, whatever the original data, keep it here, and same data replicate here, replicate here, replicate here, replicate here, replicate here. Now, whatever the customers, whatever the nearest our CDN server available, let's connect. Whatever the nearest CDN server, let's connect. So here, each and every customers are going to connect each nearest CDN server, and in this CDN server, easily our all the contents which customers are want to view are easily accessible. So you can say here CDNs server or network help us to reduce our network latency. So we can minimize our network latency with the help of CDNs, content delivery networks. So here is the basic definition of CDN. Content delivery networks is the networks of the distributed server that deliver the web content to a user based on their geographical location. So what server customer are accessing my application across the anywhere in the world. Our content delivery networks are providing content to the customer from the nearest server. So you can say what CDN do? CDN cache the copy of web content from at the multiple locations around the world and reduce the distance between the users and the content they request, and thereby they improving the speed and reliability of the content delivery. So objective here is whatever the content customer want to access, our CDN is providing those content to the from the nearest location. Okay, this is the basic simple rule so that our network latency can be minimized. So here let's talk what is the content delivery networks deliver the content. So here content is not a very general terms. Content means the different, or you can say content can be referred as the different types of data. Content refer any types of digital information or mobile data that's created, published, and distributed to an audience through the various channel. It make a many form, maybe your text data, your images or videos, audios, maybe interactive contents, maybe poll, survey, music, podcast, TV channel, YouTube, graphics, social media, or any kind of article, everything considered as a content. So generally, any customer nowadays, they are interested to read the article, read the blog, access the social media, and post something, right? Everything. Or maybe someone want to share the photographs, view the photographs, or some information about the photo, right? Or someone watching the movie, TV show, YouTube, lots of social media platform. So all this data from where users are interacting is considered as a content in the terms of CDN, content delivery networks. Means this is network which deliver the content to the nearest user location. Okay, so content is not just one thing. Content is any types of data, digital information that's generated or interested by the user from his mobile, from laptops, of some server. So, with respect to the application programmer, engineer, system design engineer, our responsibility content types can be categorized. Maybe there are some static content, some dynamic content, some user generated content, some machine generated content. So, according to the content types, we have to decide how to ship from centralized application server to CDN server and tell the CDN server, hey, this is a static content, just you can ship to the nearest customer. So content that remains same over the time, such as a website homepage. Generally, static content will that not so frequently change. You can say any website, color, site, header, menu, left side, right side, some images. Generally, these are some fixed and same content for a couple of time, maybe hour, day, month, year, all are so considered as static content. Dynamic content is a content that change over the time, such as a blog, news website, current some data continuously, or after some time they're going to the change. So those data are known as a dynamic data. So we have to decide which data would be the part of CDN, right? Because once you stored in the CDN server, they need to sync from the original server. If your data frequently change, it will also sometime increase your system overall performance, right? So we have to think which data we are going to make the cast. And sometime content may be generated by the user. Maybe you are going to the any social media site, create the post, write the post, upload the photo, video. You are viewing something. All these are the user generated data. You also consider as a content. And similarly, sometime machine generated data. Let's be automated some machines that's nowadays maybe AI generating content, lots of tools, devices, IoT devices. They are machine generated. Means machine are capturing data and generating, sending to the our my server. So all you can say digital informations are categorized in the different parts depend upon the uses of those content static dynamic user generated or machine generated. These are all the content types and be carefully choose which contents I am going to cache in the CDN for the system performance improvement. To depend upon the content delivery networks, we have to decide following kind of object. Maybe all the websites object equals are text, video, script, HTML file, JavaScript file, everything. Or maybe something someone allow hey downloads object, maybe downloads media file, software, and particular files are frequently download particular regions. So if those files are downloaded from the original server, it will take time. So why not those are cached in the CDN server and from CDN server, these download can happen. So depend upon the uses, you have to decide my website content go to the CDN or down level object go to the, because once let's you download one video. This video is not frequently changed, but these are read by many users. So let's decided, hey, this is the region where this video is popularly mostly read. So those videos are cached to the nearest CDN, so that we download or view by the customer from the nearest CDN. So this will improve the application performance. Even whatever the applications you are using, maybe mobile application, yeah, live streaming, on demand streaming, social media, so lots of places where you can think our content delivery networks help us to improve the performance and reduce the latency, make a low latency system design applications. So in the case of CDN, these are some basic terminology you should aware, you should know. So generally, any CDN, we have some application server, original server. That means the original server is the primary source of the web content, which is typically hosted on the web server or the data center. So one thing is one server, your main application, which have an original copy of all your contents. Good. And after that, we come the some CDN. One I have a CDN node. CDN node is a server that caches a copy of web content and deliver to the users. So CDN node is the also server. They can make a copy of your web server, your original server, and hold per instance. And after that, the main purpose of CDN is the CDN work as a caching tool. So here, cache a temporary storage location of the web content that is used to speed up the content delivery networks. So which contents are frequently accessed used by the application, used by the customer, then CDN server also make a cache. So nearest to the customer. And this way, whatever the request routing, so request routing is a process for the directing user request to the nearest CDN server. So here was the concept how our request go to the nearest CDN. So for that we need a request routing. So let's say I am a user, I am accessing your application. So somehow my request go to the nearest CDN. Okay, this is the also one of the concept we have should aware. And similarly, content delivery. Content delivery is the process where delivering web content from CDN to the user. So these are the some basic concept, the terminology you can say that's used in the CDN. These are the high level architecture overview. Okay, so these are the your original server. These are the original server. Our application server, our cluster of server. You can say nowadays, if you are building application that's a highly available application, the cluster of server. So here original your contents, and now each region, this regions, this region, this region, this region. Our application access by different region. So what we did, we have applied the CDN node. CDN node here, CDN node here. The nearest to the customer, nearest to the customer, nearest to the customer, and nearest to the customer. So now the all the contents which are frequently accessed by the our customer from the laptop, from machine, from mobile, those contents are get fetched from the original server and keep the CDN here. And next time, whenever customer call, they are getting response from the local. They are ready response for locally. The local response is more faster than the remote response. The objective of CDN is that whatever the customers, what kind of contents they are watching frequently, all those colors, images, photograph, JPG, scripting, HTML, that's are frequently used by application, those are get from original copy here and cast here, and every request and response taken care by your CDN. If some dynamic data required, that go to the original server, but which are non-frequently changed data, each and every, all the colors, all the pics, all the images, all the scripting, all the HTML, these are the rarely changed contents. So those all the contents are stored by CDN. So in this way, if our applications are using CDN, we can say our application is more responsive and real-time responsive, you can say, because your request is not going to travel lots of network to reach the original server, because our request, user request, go to the nearest CDN server, and from nearest CDN node, they can get the response. And This is the responsibility of CDN. If some content, something change on the original server, then we have to update our CDN cache server as well as. So lots of techniques how to replace, when to change. We're going to talk later, but yeah, this is the internal about this CDN. And nowadays, you can say lots of CDN provider we have. Just we have to select according to our use cases, and we get this benefits. Means ki we whatever system we are designing, that system you can say meet the low latency non-functional requirements with the help of CDN as a cache server. Okay, let's talk the types of CDN nowadays we have. Okay, so if we talk the types of CDN, maybe some traditional CDN that is used as a network of server to cache and deliver the content. Similarly, we have a peer-to-peer server, or maybe cloud CDN, and maybe edge CDN. So last session we talked about our edge computing. So edge computing also used as a offer the CDN server. That means data content to deliver from the nearest locations. So these are the some kind of a traditional kind of CDN types, and for each traditional types, peer-to-peer, cloud type, a CDN, everyone have a lots of use cases, benefits, and technology limitation. Let's talk. So if just traditional CDN, that means whatever the any static web content, maybe images, video, photo, files, or any kind of a dynamic content as well as a dynamic web application. Some applications also use the CDN to and live streaming. All different kind of use case where the traditional CDNs are fit. And what the benefit you can get? Improve the content delivery speed, reduce the latency, increase the reliability. Okay, so these are the some kind of a better advantages and benefit, and sometimes we have also kind of some cost required because we are going to use the CDN server. CDN networks provide the complete content, data, server, caching, everything. So they are required some kind of your cost as well as. So we have to understand the complexity of infrastructure, high cost as well as. And lots of traditional CDNs, we have available technology. We are not going to build these complete networks. There are some bigger organizations, they have built their own customized CDN, but for the mid-layer customer or application where we can generally use the CDNs. We have lots of CDN provider available. Let's get because Apache HTTP server or NGINX or Venice Cache, lots of example we have. Maybe Akamai technology provide, Verizon's provide, LC communication provide, and lots of applications they are using here. You can let's Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, all are the applications nowadays are using traditional CDN. The CDN is so useful application that are accessible 24 multiplied by 7 across the geolocations. And similarly, sometimes peer-to-peer CDN available where file sharing, video streaming, gaming use case like this will reduce our bandwidth, unnecessary bandwidth reduce, improve the content delivery networks, and even there are whenever peer-to-peer, we have to ensure that our file sharing happen, video streaming happen, gaming happen. So what kind of dependency or what kind of a security limitation we have to also consider while choosing the CDNs, right? So let's talk about the some peer-to-peer like technology we have already available. You can use the BitTorrent, Peercast, lots of Trimble. These are the examples, and even the peer-to-peer CDN you can use whatever your call Notify or is Skype calls you are doing here. Application to application, peer-to-peer kind of CDNs are used. Even nowadays, lots of application we are deploying is the clouds. So whatever the cloud web application or storage or analytics, you are doing something on a cloud where CDN also help us. And here with the help of CDN, you can easily help the scalability, flexibility, cost effectiveness issue. and lots of cloud provided CDN available for you. Maybe you can go with Amazon CloudFront or Microsoft Azure CDN or Google Cloud CDN already available. So these are the already you can talk about the your Amazon Prime Video. Still, they are using the cloud provided CDN, Amazon, Microsoft, or even Google itself. All are the big player or provider of the CDN, and even they use his own CDN as well as right. And nowadays, even in, go talk about the edge computing is also used as a cache or as a remove the reduce the latency. We can reduce the latency. We can use the edge CDN as well as nowadays maybe IoT devices or edge computing, yeah, any real time analytics here applications we are talking where the edge CDN is a preferable choice because they are our streaming of data or whatever the edge computings they are generating lots of data on his edge. So for those we have to reduce the latency with the help of a CDN and lots of you can say here the technology available. Even the AWS also have edge technology, Google have edge technology. You can use the Docker or Kubernetes. These are the technologies. And good example, all the cloud providers like AWS Edge, Google Edge, Microsoft Edge, they are using his edge CDN as well as for the this kind of applications where our continuous data are generated with the devices, smart city, smart car, connected car, lots of edge devices that generate data. So those generator we have to need the edge computing, and edge computing have a edge CDNs as well as that help us to design system that will reduce our latency. And even these are the lots of you can say top CDN provider. You can choose anyone, but still, whenever we are going to select choosing CDN, we have again option. You are going to the open source CDN or commercial CDN. We have option, and we can also I can also segregate you. There are some open source CDN available. You can just go and explore them. Hey, cloud Flare, Max CDN, Key CDN, lots of cloud and Google CDN as well as. So also they are available as your free or open source CDN for your application. And if you want to know, I'm going to the commercial CDNs, lots of commercial CDN as Akamai, Verizon's, Lime Times, AT&T, Century Networks, TNT, Orange, all are the, you can say, commercial kind of a CDNs we have available. Even there are some specialized CDNs for the content, for the photo, for the images. You can specific need for your application. You can hey specialized CDN. YouTube have, Facebook have, Instagram have. Lots of company have a specialized CDN for a specific content. Let's say for video streaming, for video sharing, for video caching, they have a specific kind of a CDN provider available. And the nature of your application, even you can think, hey, different region. You can select the different region wise the CDN provider, maybe China region, maybe Japan region, Korea region, Indian region, and Brazil region. Different regions, you can also choose the CDN provider. And CDN provider also have a specific continents. You can go for the complete CDN for your Asia, CDN for Asia, CDN for Europe, CDN for North America, CDN for South America, CDN for Africa. So whatever the continent available, and accordingly our CDN server available. Maybe lots of CDN server provide the specific uh, all the CDN facility depend upon your specific region, a specific CDN server best fit for you. Even you can use the CDN server for specific use cases. What kind of use cases? Say specialized CDN available. Let's say, hey, I need a CDN for video processing, or my application is highly dependent upon the video, such as a YouTube. You can use hey such YouTube as a CDN provider, BMO or Vista. These are the specialized video content delivery networks. Similarly, hey, you can go for the CDN for gaming. Nowadays, lots of nowadays remote games are going to the play by online games going to the play. So for that, we have to specific CDN for the gaming server. Hey, to its stream specialized are the gaming content. Similarly, you are building some e-commerce application. For e-commerce application specific CDN we have available. We can Shopify or we can use the Magento. These are the specialized e-commerce content delivery networks for you. Even you are building some enterprise application. For enterprise applications, then we have a specialized CDN for Akamai, yeah, you can go Verizon's. These are the enterprise level CDN server available. So depend upon your use cases, we you have to select your CDN provider. Even some specific industries, let's say you are building some application for a specific industry. So for a specific industries, we have a specific server. Hey, let's say we are building the finance domain application. So you can find out, hey, these are the any CDN server for the finance. Yes, which are offering, let's see, Akamai and Verizon's, which are the providing specialized content delivery for the finance industry. Even a healthcare. For healthcare, also have a different kind of a specialized healthcare CDN server. Even you can go with a that's a e-commerce for the gaming, for the media and entertainment, like a social media, anything. For a specific industries, you have to choose, hey, these are the specific content delivery network provider, maybe open source, or you can say, talk about the media entertainment, YouTube's or Netflix, or own specialized CDN networks available for your media and entertainments. Okay, so which industries you are designing applications or building applications? Let's choose according to your open source and non-open source CDN server available for you. Okay, and even specific technology wise, you are thinking. Also, we have available specific technology wise the our CDNs. Maybe you are a CDN for the cloud. Let's you can go with the Amazon CloudFront or Microsoft Azure CDN. They are a specialized delivery for the cloud-based application. Hey, you are a CDN for mobile, such as you can go with the Verizon Digital or Akamai. They are a specialized content delivery network for their mobile devices. As a very maybe so IoT devices. So you can use the Cisco or Intel. They are a specialized content delivery network for all your IoT devices. Nowadays AI or VR virtual reality, where you can use the Google or Facebook, they are specialized CDN available for AR and VR. And if you are let's building application for the blockchain have a specific IBM and Oracle provide the specialized content delivery networks for the blockchain application. So depend upon your technology, depend your use case, depend upon your industries, depend upon your open source and non-open source. You have to select your CDN. And lots of you can say content delivery networks content available, and you can just explore and read out. Okay, so these are complete details available, and what are the CDN, what are the technology available, what are the frameworks available. Just explore, and even these are the some main CDN provider in the market. You can I already discussed like Akamai, CloudFront, the first year. Even these are the CDNs are through which organization. All are the different content available. You can just even you can go with the AWS. AWS also provide kind of a CDN. So objective is that you should aware, hey, I want to reduce our application latency, we can use the CDN and lots of contents available, and what the benefits, what kind of CDNs available, cloud, non-cloud, you can use the Amazon itself, Google itself, Microsoft itself, Netflix itself have a CDN. So similarly, if you are under the big player, you can use them, or if you are a smaller level, you can just choose out some open source or freeware CDN available also for the simple application. But yes, still, you as a system design engineer, you should be aware. Hey, CDN is one of the technique through which you can reduce our latency, and CDN also used as a cache server. So hope this information is helpful, and you must be aware this CDN provider. I design this CDN concept. These are, you can say, out of box. Whatever the system you designs, whatever the performance best algorithm you already build them, it's okay. This is no problem. As a system designer, our responsibility is that whatever the system we are building, system should be highly responsive. Means ki our response time as minimum as possible. This is good. But what happened? Our customer is so far away from my application. For this, as a software engineer, what I can do? Nothing. So in this case, once our application deployment happen, at that time we have to think, hey, if my customer is so remote, let's use a CDN as a content delivery network. Someone provide, and whatever my contents customer interested, they can serve from the nearest location. So you can say you can improve your system performance without tuning your application itself from the CDN. The some level of your application performance are delivered by the CDN server itself. So we should aware, right? We have to use for different kind of contents. Our applications are dealing with the customer different kind of contents. Depend upon our content, what kind of content customers are from the remotes, are from the remote location, different geographical location. They are accessing my application. Then we have to select a specific region wise, a specific location wise CDN server, and in this way, we are say, hey, we are delivering system to the customer that meet the low latency, non-functional requirements automatically. Thank you for the day.